The Chase Sapphire Preferred is one of my favorite travel credit cards, and it also gets a lot of love in the credit card community. However, that hasn't stopped me from being critical about this credit card. After all, if I'm only giving you the good things, then I'm really doing a disservice to this community. So today we are going to talk about 5 things that you should never do with the Sapphire Preferred, as many of you may be making your final decision on whether or not to get this credit card before the elevated 80,000 point sign-up bonus offer reverts back to the standard offer of 60,000 ultimate reward points. And I'm assuming that it's going to go back to 60,000 points, but you never know. Issue number 1 is pretty common because a lot of people out there only want to get one credit card. For whatever reason, there's this misconception that if you have multiple credit cards, you are going to get yourself into trouble and go into a lot of debt. You lose control, lose your car, lose your house, lose your family, and ultimately end up in complete financial ruin. That escalated pretty quickly. Let me let you in on a little secret. Unless you're completely irresponsible, that is very unlikely to happen. However, if you do get the Sapphire Preferred and use it as your catch-all credit card, you are going to incur a huge opportunity cost over the lifetime of holding the Sapphire Preferred. I've shared in a previous video linked above that the reward categories just aren't that great, and most people will get the most usage out of the dining category because it'll get you 3x points on dining, and possibly the travel category that gets you 2x back on travel booked outside of the portal. Now, outside of the dining category and those other reward categories that I'm not going to go over in this video, the Sapphire Preferred will only get you 1x points on those other purchases. This may not seem like a big deal, but let's do some math. The average American household spends approximately $5,000 per month. Approximately $1,000 is on housing, and boy, I wish my rent was only $1,000, but I digress. And the average monthly car payment for a new car is approximately $700, leaving us with approximately $3,300 on other expenses that we can place on the credit card. $3,300 per month equates to $39,600 per year. For easy math, we'll call it $40,000. At the base earning rate with the Sapphire Preferred, that'll be a base earning of 40,000 points, whereas with the Freedom Unlimited, that could be a base earning of 60,000 points, because it gets a 1.5x points as a base reward rate, which can easily be a difference of $400 when used toward travel with a 2 cents per point valuation. Of course, I have to mention this one because the current sign-up bonus offer is 80,000 ultimate reward points when applying online, or a maximum of 90,000 points in branch. Now, history has shown that the typical sign-up bonus offer with the Sapphire Preferred is 60,000 ultimate reward points after spending $4,000 within the first 3 months of account opening. Right now, you can get an additional 20,000 points for the exact same spend. If you were really lucky, like I was a few years ago, that offer was 100,000 ultimate reward points for the same minimum spend requirement. Of course, we don't know when these elevated offers will be available, and when they are available, we typically don't know how long they will be available for. So I admit this one has to do a lot more with a little bit of luck. I would never encourage you to sign up for a new credit card simply because it has an elevated welcome offer if you aren't able to meet that minimum spend requirement through your budgeted expenses. This tip is more applicable to someone who already spends this amount of money every month and misses out on getting an elevated welcome offer because they simply aren't aware that offers do tend to fluctuate and settles on 60,000 ultimate reward points. Again, refer back to the first point. The reward earning structure of this credit card is not very good. So you definitely want to try to get an elevated offer for this credit card if it makes sense within your budgeted expenses. There are multiple ways to redeem your ultimate reward points. However, not all redemptions are created equal. One of the most common ways to redeem your points is through cash back at a 1 cent per point value, which I thought was awesome before I got into the credit card game, but I like to think of using this option as an emergency use only because this redemption value is one of the lowest values that you can get. Another option you have is to redeem your points for gift cards. Gift card redemption values typically range from 1 cent per point to 1.2 cents per point, so you can do a little better than redeeming for straight cash back, but I still wouldn't recommend using your points in this way. The next redemption option is to pay yourself back with points. The current eligible categories for this option of redeeming points is at gas stations, grocery stores, and at select charities, and your points will be valued at 25% more, so you get 1.25 cents per point. You all know the drill. I'm still going to recommend against doing this unless you're in a situation and you absolutely need to do so. The absolute worst way that I found to redeem your points is through using them directly on the Amazon app or through Amazon.com for your purchases. I never understood why this option is available because if you choose to redeem your points in this way, and God, I hope you don't, your points will be worth 20% less at 0.8 cents per point. It will literally make more sense to charge the purchase to your credit card, earn 1x points or 1% cash back, and redeem your points as cash back to reimburse yourself to pay the statement. Never use your points for direct purchases on Amazon unless you know about that little nifty hack that can help you to be eligible to receive a bit more value from your points. I've been guilty of this and I'm still guilty of doing this, but forgetting to activate your Chase offers means that you're literally leaving money on the table. Chase offers can give you some cash back or a discount on some of your purchases, and they can be activated with just one little tap in the app. The offers range from discounts at certain retailers to discounts with online streaming services, and I've also seen offers at restaurants. Now, I have a quick little story on how I missed out on an offer, and please do not make this mistake. So I activated an offer for Disney Plus subscriptions where I would receive 15% back, except I had one little problem. I never realized that my Disney Plus subscription was being charged to my Freedom Unlimited credit card. I literally have all of my other streaming services charged to my Sapphire Preferred with the exception of Disney Plus. So I'm thinking at some point the Freedom Unlimited probably offered a similar offer, so I switched the charge over to the Freedom Unlimited, but I never switched it back, and I just realized this with 3 days left on this offer. So yes, I feel super silly because I just paid my Disney Plus subscription again, so I totally missed out on this offer. Do not follow in my footsteps. Redeeming points through the Chase Travel Portal is advertised as one of the best features of the Sapphire Preferred. If we take a look at Chase's website right now, it actually states this twice, and at the top of the page at that, your 80,000 bonus points is worth $1,000 when redeemed through Chase Ultimate Rewards. This will give your points a 25% boost or a value of 1.25 cents per point. Now, this is the easiest way to redeem your points, but it's not always the best way to redeem your points. I've seen a few data points where people were able to get a little better value through redeeming flights in this way, and if I'm remembering correctly, those were for domestic flights. But if I found that to be true for myself, I would simply use cash and get the 2x multiplier or the 5x multiplier if I feel like the risk versus reward for booking travel through the Chase Travel Portal is worth it. Booking through the portal is a great start if you're new to redeeming points for travel, but I encourage you to try your best to learn about transfer partners, and here's a really good reason why. Every so often, some of Chase's transfer partners will offer a percentage boost to your points if you transfer your Chase points into their rewards program. Currently, we are being offered a 30% boost when transferring points to Virgin Atlantic's Flying Club, so that's an extra 3,000 points for every 10,000 points transferred into Virgin Atlantic's reward program. Now, as you get more well acquainted with the different airlines and their alliances, you'll begin to learn tips like this one that I'm about to share with you. Delta Airlines is not a transfer partner with Chase. However, you can use Virgin Atlantic points to book flights on Delta Airlines, which opens up a lot of opportunities for you, but there are other nuances you should be aware of, like the difference in fees charged by the different airlines. Finally, to wrap this up, it is commonly known throughout the credit card community that you can get really good value when transferring points into the World of Hyatt Rewards program. Achieving at least 2 cents per point is very doable when using transfer partners, and there are times when you can get 5 cents, 10 cents, or more per point if you're willing to put in the time to research these options. So redeeming through the Chase Travel Portal is okay, but you can really miss out on some amazing opportunities to take multi-$1,000 vacations for pennies on the dollar. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, the Sapphire Preferred is one of my favorite credit cards from Chase, so if you're really thinking about adding this credit card to your wallet, feel free to use my referral link that's located in the description section, as this will help to support the channel. If you'd like to see how powerful credit card points can be, I recommend watching this video next, where I show you how to get over $17,000 in value for a trip to Japan in business class.